Audio Jungle. Audio
Hello, and welcome again to Prairie Badger Weapon Exploration. Again, I want to apologize for being off for so long. I haven't posted very many videos lately, just recovering from my broken ankle leg. And yeah, just trying to get back into the groove of things. So today I got something very special again. I like having old discontinued hard to find items. It's kind of cool to show off. So today I shall show you a very hidden lost treasure. Now, I have a background in archery as a bow technician, believe it or not, from Wholesale Sports and Cabela's. I have about over a decade of experience of actually being a bow technician, not just an archer. So my job was to set up bows for people to shoot, cut arrows, and do strings and warranty work. One thing I'd like to start off with is proper bow usage. With compound bows, it is very similar, but a little bit more dangerous than dry firing recurve bow. Now, many people might know what that is, and many people might not. You never want to pull back a bow without an arrow in it. Now, the reason for that is their energy has to go somewhere, and that goes back to the string, the lens, the cams, and even the axle, believe it or not, and the bearings. It will explode, and it will sound like a 308 going off, and your ears will ring, especially if it's over 50-pound draw weight. One thing always to keep in mind is never draw back a bow unless there's a target in front of you, because if you do, you're going to have to put an arrow in it, and if that arrow gets accidentally released, you want it to go somewhere safe. So this here is the arrow. This is the release. Now I'll show you one thing. With an arrow release, that's all it takes. So even with the finger behind the trigger, when you're pulling back, this is going to get pulled forward and your finger is going to move away from the trigger. So whether you like it or not, that could happen. And it has to many people. I've seen it. So what happens is the string breaks, the limb breaks, the cam breaks. Some companies will cost a couple to $300 for a new set of limbs, $100 or more, sometimes even $150 for a bow tech, just for the cams. So you can spend up to $300 on just cams. Then you got to get a string that's going to run you about $100 to maybe even $120. And then you have to put it in a bow press with new limbs, new cams, new axles. So you're going to need a bow press. You're going to have to take it to a bow technician. You can't do it at home. Arrows. This is a carbon fiber arrow. This is made by Gold Tip. XT Hunter. It's a 400 spine at 28-inch draw length. On the back of the box of the manufacturer, it will tell you at this draw length, it will bend just enough with this thickness that it won't explode in the bow. Yes, arrows can explode if they're too light for the draw weight, and then it will go into your hand and wrist, and that's very bad. So make sure you're using arrow spine. Find out what that is. Contact your local bow technician and sales representative at your sporting goods store. Find that out, and then you measure from middle finger to middle finger, divide that by 2.5, that is your draw length. Don't guess it, get someone to measure it for you because it's impossible to do yourself. Then you get your arrows cut, and then they come up to the riser perfectly at your draw length. and then they have the right flex when they leave the arrow. I mean, when the bow leaves the arrow has to flex right at that draw length, at that spine, in order to kick off straight and fly straight into the target. Otherwise, it's going to be all over the place, trust me. This bow is a real treasure, like I was saying. This is a Browning. Yes, the gun company that makes guns also used to make bows from around the 1940s up until 2012. This is the last production that they did of the Browning Rage MT. MT was the first to have a non-module cam. So this cam doesn't take a module. It's got a multi-changed, multi-draw length system here. So you take this off and this piece slides to your draw length. And then you can switch the let off from 80% let off to 65%. What that means is when you pull it at full draw, your draw length, these bus cables will kick in and compress the limbs, making 80% of 65 pounds disappear. So you can just sit there and it feels like a 10-pound bow almost. I can take a nice shot. And this is a custom sight. This is an Apex 6-pin sight. So I got it set for the 10, 20 yards, 30, 40, 50, 60. And then it's got the level. Nice fiber optics, it collects a lot of light. I do have a light that can twist into here and turn on and light up the pins. Usually the fiber optics are good on their own. It's not necessary. And I kept the original PSC brackets for the sight there. That came with the bow. Yes, PSC bought Browning. So for the first PSC Stinger, that's what they based it off, was this bow here. And then in 2013 and 14, they went into a split limb bow for the Stinger. And then they just went on from there. But this riser is very short, very compact, you can see. And it's 32 inches from axle to axle. It takes a 91-inch string, and it's only one cam. This is a solo wheel. So there's no timing issues that I have to worry about. These are the timing lines, 1, 2, and 3. So I got it set at the middle line here, and that gives me perfect timing. That gives me leeway either way. So my bow's never out of time. And then there's the lines here for your center shot. So when you're shooting, your arrows are going straight, up, down, and left to right. So you can see that little groove there? That tells me that my arrow's shooting straight. If it's off a little bit, you're going to be off on your shot. And same with this. You can shoot up or down. So when this comes back, you want your arrow shooting straight. I put a nice Peep sight. This is a G5 Peep sight. 3/8. There's a 5/16, but I found for me, and with my eyes, I have a stigma on one eye, so 3/8 encompasses my sight better than a 5/16. 5/16 is too big, and my eyes are all over the place. You can even get a 1/4, 3/8, 5/16. There's different sizes you can get, so find the one that works best for you. I just find this one works best for me. And then I got a trophy wood whisker biscuit made by Bear Archery out of Florida. This is a medium hard. So these are the soft bristles. This is the hard bristles. I like this because it gives me good containment in my arrow. So whether I'm out hunting or if I'm out shooting targets, I can be a bit clumsy at times. So my blood sugar's off. I want to make sure my arrow's not going to fall out all over the place. Oh yes, nice hand strap as well. This is a Sims Enhancer 3000 silencing node. And this is the Sims silencer, stabilizer. This here just twists on to the Sims node. The Sims node was $65. I got it on clearance and got it on discount with an additional sales price. So this balances the bow, keeps it from moving all over the place while you're shooting, so you get more of a stable contact shot. There you go. And it takes a lot of noise off your bow. Believe it or not, when you shoot, there's so much energy in a bow, it will make a twang. This will silence it. I got Sims silencers on here as well. And then I put a little extra silencing right here. Rubber grip, ergonomic handle. You can actually take this off and put any handle you want. I kept the one that it came with. And this is my quiver holder. This comes with the bow. Thank goodness, because they can be expensive. And that just slides on like that, and then it locks in with a lever. That way you don't accidentally drop it, and it keeps everything quiet. There's the foam to contain the tips, keeps everything from moving around and making noise. Don't mind the spray foam. And holds 6 arrows. I do my own fletching. I use a boning jig, and I do them on a 3-degree helical twist. Just like a football, better rotation, flatter shot, all gives it a better coefficient rotation, kind of like a 6.5 Creedmoor of the arrow world. So you can get long shots over prairies, which is where I live, prairie badger, and open plains, marshes. So if you're going after targets or big game out in the big open, you're going to deal with crosswinds. You don't deal with that in the bush 20 yards away because the trees will block it. So this is going to rotate faster. Also an arrow that rotates faster not only shoots flatter with less arc, it goes straighter without dropping, but it drifts less in the wind, it cuts through. So I'm going to have less wind drift left to right, so I'm going to have a better shot, longer range. So this is a better range arrow if you're going out somewhere like in the southwest United States or in the desert, marshes. I picked the gold tip hunters because they have an 8.2 straightness tolerance, grains per inch with a 0.03 straightness tolerance. For the price, for the box of 6, that is $58. That's half the price of other competition arrows that are going to cost you about $120 or more. So there you go. Gold tip, they put in a vise and push from end to end without breaking. No one else can do that. I like that too. I use string wax on my Scorpion string. The string was made in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, by Scorpion. You can check them out online on scorpionstrings.com. They pre-stretch their strings at 1,000 pounds. There's no timing issues, no creep or stretch. My Peep sight is always aligned, same with my D-loop. I got forest green and black twisted together. If you can choose any color you want. Check them out as well. Really good guys. I really like them. This is a great bow. All pros. You can shoot from a tree stand, over a rail, sitting in a chair in a ground blind, or in any kind of blind you want in the marsh. You could even use a ghillie suit and meal and grass for a pronghorn. It's an all-around bow. No cons, lightweight, well-balanced, compact, a lot of power. Scorpion strings can add up to 15 feet per second with the fact that they're pre-stretched at 1,000 pounds. So you're going to have more snap in your string. So with my bow, I'm pushing just about 335. So FPS, feet per second. Even with the Whisker Biscuit. You can chronograph yours. I like the scorpion strings. They just add more punch to your arrows. So overall, good setup. This is a very hard to find bow. I went online trying to look it up. It's very hard to find. If you can get your hands on one. If not, PC Stinger is the same bow made by Browning. In the last couple of years of 2013-14, they're using the same riser and the same limbs and the same cam. So it doesn't have the Browning buck mark on it, but PSC is using the same design. And again, don't try and do this at home. Set it up with a bow technician. Go to Shields, Cabela's, or wherever you got next to you that you can get a bow from. And get your bow set up there, no matter what brand of bow you get. I just like this one because it's very hard to find and very nice. Safety, again, never dry fire a bow. Don't shoot an arrow that's too light. Don't underspine it. Check out what that means. And yeah, make sure there's no pets. Make sure they're locked up, tied up. Use a tie off on the ground. Make sure they're not going to jump in front of your target or your line of sight or shooting. I've seen a bow like this shoot through an elk, so you can just imagine how horrible that would be. Also, make sure kids aren't around either. Don't let anything bite, snip, or cut your string, because when these limbs come back, they're going to come back with a vengeance. So this could actually crack or fracture your skull if they were to come back. Another reason not to dry fire your bow or cut your string, make sure there's no broadheads in the bow case, because that has actually happened. I've known some people who put broadheads on their quiver, the arrows fall out, and then the broadhead cuts the string. Kaboom, there goes your bow. You'll need new limbs, new string, new cams, because these will bend as well from the limbs coming back and hitting against everything. So I like a bow case that's soft, lightweight. This is Tarantula. Check them out. Lots of pockets, lots of features. You can put your arrows in here. There's a piece in there for your release. So I keep my Allen keys for my bow sight to adjust. Arrow wax to wax your arrows. They're easier to pull out of the target if you lube your arrows. Less damage to your arrows. This is made by Barnett. This is also used for crossbow rails as well. So arrow lube, crossbow rail lube. You can actually get a spray lube. That's a spray. That's silicone spray that sprays your whisker biscuit, making arrows passing through much easier and might shave off a foot per second and give you a little bit more speed. Scorpion wax, made by Scorpion Strings in Winnipeg, Manitoba. They're the only ones that sell it. It's the best wax I've ever used. Nice soft silicone wax. No need for warming it up beforehand. Like when I was in cadets, I had to warm up my shoe polish to make it go on easier. This is soft, goes on easy. Use your fingers or a sponge. Really good product. Keeps the life of your string. Strings do dry out. They become brittle and then the ends start breaking and then that's it. Game over. Always wax your strings. Lube your arrows. Take care of your equipment and it will last a long time. It's 2021 and this bow still punches through a pallet into 3/8 plywood and comes to the other side. It's stuck into a 2x4 at 20 yards away. So I can't complain. I'm very happy with that. My brother and his son were my nephew was very impressed. He couldn't believe that a bow could do that. So yes, check us out. If you want to like the video, subscribe. I'll have some more videos coming soon. I will try not to take so long and keep you going. keep you fresh content material coming. I even got some bloopers at the end of the video if you want to keep on here and check them out for a good laugh. And check us out on Twitter. We have our own Twitter page now, our accounts, so check us out on Prairie Badger Weapon Exploration on Twitter. Feel free to go on there, comment, ask questions. I dealt with a lot of warranty. I have some pretty cool stories. And yeah, I like to talk to you guys. So thank you so much for your time today. It's plus 34 here. Actually plus 35 now, so hopefully you guys are keeping cool. Don't get too much sun, but get enough. And yeah, thank you so much. Prairie Badger out. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Prairie Badger Exploration. And today I'd like to share something special with you. This is Tabitha. Now I'm going to put her away safely so she doesn't get hurt. Today I'd like to share something special with you